It's week 3 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Broncos and the Buccaneers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Bucs getting ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Baker Mayfield leading them out in his second season as a Buccaneer and his 7th overall.
And he had a most impressive bounce-back season last year, nearly leading his team to the NFC Championship game. That's not something you see every day, and he was rewarded for it as Tampa Bay decided to make him definitely their quarterback for the future. Now for him, he wants to prove it's not a one-year thing, and in fact, he is the long-term answer for this franchise.
Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Palmer going in motion right. Mayfield looks to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Now a 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play fake. Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Here's White. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Once again, it's White. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Mayfield to throw it. Touchdown! Trey Palmer. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done, and on the opening drive of the game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. following the touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
And not the start that anyone really wanted. Maybe expected, though, 0-2 to begin. But that happens when you have a rookie quarterback. There are going to be some growing pains. But what I like is, around this team, the players, the coaching staff, all of them keep emphasizing how much they believe in him, and they expect the results to show themselves soon.
That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. To throw is Nix. To the sideline and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now it's Peterson. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD, and you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 3.
At the 41-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw, Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Throwing, Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Now Mayfield. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Mayfield. That is caught. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
1st down, here's White. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Bucs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Only a yard of the completion. It's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
From the gun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 17 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw, here's Nix. Open man, that's Patrick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So here's a 3rd and 14. Nix from the shotgun. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Nix to the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing Nix. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. In motion left, Godwin. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give up the middle. This is White to about the 40-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throw left side taken in by Palmer. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3rd down and 1. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. In motion left goes a tight end. Back to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
At the Broncos' 26-yard line.
Palmer going in motion right. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Now back to the ground game with White. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. But they get back in the huddle. He's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Keeps himself up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on 3rd down as a real key down in any drive, any situation, and they took full advantage of 3rd down there and made a play.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Off the play fake, Nix.
Flushed out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Fighting him off. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now it's Nix.
Escaping the pressure right. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here's Nix. Short throw caught by Dulcich.
Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, 26 yards.
And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that 1st touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The Bucs on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Mayfield looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
In motion left, Godwin.
Mayfield now. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd down and a yard.
At the 50-yard line.
Mayfield now from the 50. And this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, a run from White.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 55 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Throwing, Mayfield. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he is going to lose yardage here. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
To throw, Mayfield.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Out route complete to Dulcich.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
2nd and 3.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And he checks this one down to Williams. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Mayfield.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Mayfield.
Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And again, it's Mayfield.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
Room here to run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
A final shot before break. Nix. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr., and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up in the Still City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, and it is the Chargers who have the lead in that one. Gus Edwards, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. From there, we'll stay in the AFC North and head over to Cleveland to check on the Browns. And at the half, they are down to the visiting New York Giants. Daniel Jones, 3 first-half touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Will Levis with a couple of touchdown passes there. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and it's set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Throwing Nix.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Samson Abuka able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down.
This rookie was already being tested as he tries to lead a comeback here in the second half. Now he's got to get some momentum back after that sack and a big loss.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line.
The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Palmer going to go in motion left.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They run straight ahead here with White. And a fast footwork by White. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Palmer going in motion right. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
White. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw, here's Nix. Short throw caught by Dulcich. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
In motion goes Patrick. They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead of give up the middle to Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5. Nix to the air. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Nix. Same connection, Dulcich once again. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Nix. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Greg Dulcich, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now a give to White. He'll take this to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. They will run with White out of the shotgun, and he'll get it inside the 35.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll go down as a gain of 6, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. On the handoff, this is White. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Denver's offense ready to go again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
The 71 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Perfect execution on that inside handoff, and then a little will, a little brute strength to move forward after the contact.
What do we call that now in today's NFL? Heck, in today's football? Contact balance, right? That's the buzzword, the phrase you hear. A back who can absorb contact, bounce off of it, and keep moving. Just what you said, brute strength, force of will.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Short throw caught by Dulcich.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Nix from the shotgun.
Buying time to his left. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Back to throw. Nix.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Pirine is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Rachaad White set to take over again. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield to throw it. Being chased out left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Nix
got his man. It's Dulcich.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. To throw is Nix. That's taken in by Dulcich.
He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Mayfield off the play fake. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw, Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Mayfield looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Second and 5 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Throwing, Mayfield. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On first down, he'll drop to throw. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.